I'm Susan Kihika. I'm a senator from Kenya, but also the president of IPU's Bureau of Women Parliamentarians. Some of the barriers that affect women getting into parliament in Kenya are first resources and just finances, because it's extremely expensive just running for office. And also the way our traditional processes have been set up, women tend not to own, say, income generating enterprises and all that sort of stuff, so that when it comes to running for elections or for office, they don't have the money or the resources to be able to compete as competitively as with the men. Some of the other barriers sometimes have to do with violence against women. We have a lot of sustained violence against women, and especially around campaign time. And what this does is, one, it first makes it hard for very good talent. They feel intimidated and they don't want to go through it, they don't want to experience it, and so they don't offer themselves up for office. And those who do are also so intimidated, or there's so much violence that they sort of just cower and drop off. And that really affects our numbers in parliament. In addition to that, our customs, our traditions, and maybe culture, women have not always been viewed as the rightful people in that office of leadership, so to speak. So it's taking quite some time for us as women leaders, women parliamentarians, to be able to convince the communities that we are as capable as the men, if not more. We are as capable as the men in serving in those leadership positions, because we also serve as leaders in the church, in school, and everywhere else. So it shouldn't be any different in the political offices. Some of the other challenges also are media reporting, for example. The media tends to be very biased when it comes to reporting on women parliamentarians. You'll find that they amplify the negative issues, and especially on sexism and that sort of stuff, which you don't see the same sort of reporting with the men. And this hurts the women, and especially for such conservative communities as ours. So those are some of the barriers that we face as women in Kenya. So what we could probably do as legislators is, one, maybe make sure that the women are capacity built when they come into office, because a lot of the times you find that, and maybe I pick back a bit on the challenges, is when the women come in, they don't have the confidence as the men who've been elected for a term and another, so they sort of get intimidated and are not able to really participate in the House or in the committees. So if we make sure that there's capacity building, then they'll be able to be at par or even better with the men, or at least give them confidence to be able to bring to the table what they already have in them. In addition to that, we can also, and we are working very hard on that as Kenya Parliament, is to bring legislation that will help bridge the gender gap in some of the different issues that face our communities in Kenya. But we also have an issue as far as not complying with the Constitution. One of the articles of our Constitution states that no gender can be more than 2/3 in any public institution. So you come to our parliament and we are only about 21%. So as we stand, the parliament is not constitutional. It's not constitutionally constituted. So what we need to do, and we have done it 4 times and failed every time, is brought a gender bill that would make it mandatory, obviously, to follow the law. We are a lawmaking institution, but every time that bill has come, the gender bill, our male counterparts have walked out and sort of denied us quorum. So that's happened actually 4 times, and as we speak, the High Court has ruled that as we stand, Parliament is not constitutionally constituted, and we could end up being dissolved. So that's what we are facing.